Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a disassembly and maintenance video for you on this big guy. This is the Artisan Cutlery. I don't actually know its name, but I'll figure that out before I post the video. So, let's go ahead and pop this guy open. One of the big questions always is which side free spins. It may be that it is a free spinning pivot, so both sides need to be tooled, but for instance, if I turn on this side, I feel no sign of movement at all, which probably means that that side is fixed. If I come over here, we disassemble nicely. Do not put too much torque onto something that you're not sure actually is supposed to spin. That's good life advice, I feel like. But, you know, in knife disassembly, especially so. This guy, then we can pop the rest of the way clean through here. And we see that everything should start falling apart. And not in the sense of everything falls apart, but in the sense of, come on, out of there. There we go. Beautiful. In the sense of everything comes apart and we can disassemble this knife. There we go. So what we see here is a very simple construction. In fact, it's a construction that is almost identical to the two other artisans I've done so far, these two. You can tell that they are basically doing the same thing over and over again in terms of construction to save money and time and effort and all of that. And frankly, if it works well, it works well. There's no real complaint there. One thing I did notice ahead of time is I suspect there is some there's some dimpling of the liners there. That's not ideal. I'm not a big fan of that particularly, and it's probably something I'll mention later on. The reason I say that I feel like that's there is because the action feels very bumpy. It feels like you're kind of traveling over, you know, those the things they carve into a road to make you slow down, like a little bit of a washboardy sort of feeling. Yeah, you get a little of that. That's not ideal. I don't like that particularly, but so the question becomes, oh yeah, see, right there. Get little tiny dimples. That just means that somebody at the factory maybe over-tightened these screws, and oh yeah, more dimpling there. Or the other possibility is that somebody, these were sent to me straight from Artisan, and these were the samples that is used at the USN show. And so it could well be that somebody handling them there was exceptionally rough with them, and, you know, that caused that. Either way, it's not amazing that you can get that, but hopefully it'll wear itself down into a smooth track sooner or later. If you're curious about, by the way, any of the tools I'm using, like these little patches or the rubbing alcohol I've applied to them, go ahead and check nickshabazz.com/tools and get you a video that'll show you every damn tool that I use, and it'll be absolutely spectacular. This is just cruising along because it's a very easy disassembly. Ceramic bearing, ceramic detent ball, liner. There really ain't all that much going on right here. And so this should be done even sooner than I expected, which is great. Drop the... what the heck? That's weird. Looks like they forced this guy in with an arbor press or something like that, and it just caused something to push up there. That's not ideal. I'm not quite sure what the price on this guy is, but I know it's going to be cheapish because it's in the CJRB line. Using some nano oil here, 10 weight, to lube everything back up. Put a little bit here on the detent ball, as well as putting a little bit into the detent ball hole, such that it will coat the detent ball path and everything will move smoother still. So now that I've put the lubrication on there, and I'll go ahead and put a little bit on the outside of the pivot there, drop the blade onto here. Now we do the same thing here. Put this here, put this here. Alrighty. And we are going to drop this onto here. Come on. There we go, that's popped in. The stop pin is a little funky. There we go, now we're popped in. But now we've got things popping out from other side. Okay, good. So right now I'm having to use a bunch of pressure to hold everything together because the lock bar is in play. So what I'm going to do here is, first and foremost, my goal is going to be to put the pivot back into position. So I'm going to hold the whole thing down with my my hand here as I coat the lock bar, the pivot screw that is, with a little bit of a blue thread locker. Drop it into position here, and then twist it down, tighten it down. I'm going to be careful not to over-tighten, because we've already seen that there might be an issue there. But now at this point in time, one half of the knife is secure. Then I'll go ahead and I'll do the same thing, but with the very back screw here. Although at this point, nothing's coming apart because the pivot screw is in there. But still, use my T8 bit to get in here. There we go. And then we insert the last screw here. Looking at, wow, 5 minutes in and we're almost done here. I hope we're almost done here. If we're not almost done here, it's about to get real. Alrighty. And let's go ahead. Okay, that's too tight. So what I'm going to do here is remember which side is free spinning, which was the show side, and loosen it up. Oh, that's good. Okay, however, now the centering is a little bit off. Right now the centering is favoring the clip side. What I'm going to try and do to fix that, and you can see here the blade is over to this side. What I'm going to try and do, I tighten these guys down with the pivot too close, too tight. So what I'm wondering is whether I, once I get everything in adjustment on the pivot side, whether it's helpful for me to re-crank these guys down with the pivot not in, or at the proper tension. That did not really help me, did it? Centering is very slightly off. Is it off? Yeah, it's a little off there. Yeah, not ideal. What could be causing this? Who knows? Maybe it could be due to that, the burr we were seeing on the... Is it working its way back towards center as I'm manipulating this? Sure seems to be. No, maybe it's about the same. Either way, it's relatively close, and for a budget knife, I think that's workable, right? Yeah, I'd like to see it dead on, but it could be that if I were to take it, maybe I'll take this guy back apart again before the review and, you know, see if I can tweak things a little bit. But either way, now you've seen how to disassemble and maintain it, and that should give you the information you need, the more you know. Anyways, that's, there you go. That's how to disassemble and maintain this particular knife from Artisan Cutlery, whose name I do not know. Well, I guess CJRB, same thing though. And hope this has been interesting to you, and have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.